Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Vinyl Den, your channel for record collecting by record collectors. My name is Nick, and this is our Sunday RSD deep dive episode. I was supposed to be here with Ian, but because of some scheduling issues, he wasn't able to join me today. So I'll be going over a lot of the RSD stuff, but there's a lot of stuff I found that I didn't really see when the list first came out. So I don't know. We'll see how long this ends up being. It might end up being 2 episodes, but this is the RSD deep dive. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you click on that link down below and go check out the Vinyl Den Facebook group. Just a cool place to continue the music conversation. There's also a couple other links down there. There's one for the Vinyl Den merch page where we get these Vinyl Den t-shirts on there. There's a link for the Vinyl Den Spotify and Apple Music playlist. So we're updating the playlist every week with just music we're talking about here on the show. And then if you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give it the old thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified every time we release new episodes. So the Record Store Day list came out on Wednesday, and then on Thursday I did my hot take kind of episode where I talked about, I don't know what it was, 10 or 12 different albums that I saw right away when I pulled up the list. And ever since then I've kind of gone over it, I don't know, probably multiple times. And, there's actually quite a few other albums that I found that I've been interested in, and then a lot of stuff I'm seeing other people talk about online. The first one was one that, this is GAVIN ROSSDALE Wanderlust, which is an album that I don't think I've ever listened to any of GAVIN ROSSDALE's solo material. I'm not even sure how many solo albums he had. This was originally released in 2008. I know this was his debut solo album. This is an RSD first. So if you don't know, there's RSD first and then there's RSD exclusives. RSD exclusives are only going to be released for Record Store Day. RSD firsts may, depending on how well they sell, may get reissued later down the line. So, and you normally see quite a few of those RSD firsts getting reissued, whether it's 80 or 90%. It's a pretty high number that you see, but I'm not exactly sure how many really do. But so like I said, this is a double LP. It's going to be an RSD first. There's 1,500 copies of these that is going to be available. So, not a super big run, but with it being RSD first, if you are a fan of this album, it's something you probably will see again, just because with how limited that run really is. The next one, so the first 2 I got were ones that were, I missed both of these on the list. I didn't see either one of these until just recently. And they're both debut solo albums from artists that are known for other bands. Obviously, GAVIN ROSSDALE was with Bush. The next one, this is GERARD, Hesitant Alien. This was, of course, he's the lead singer of My Chemical Romance. This is going to be an RSD exclusive. This was originally released in 2014. Like I said, it's also his debut solo album. There's going to be a little over 4,700 copies of this available. So a pretty decent run. It's going to be on blue vinyl. This is another one where I've never checked out any of his solo music either. So this is definitely one. Both of these albums are available on streaming services, I believe. I know I've seen Hesitant Alien on there. I'm not sure about Wanderlust, but anyway, I'll definitely check both of those out. It's kind of interesting. I know that I will say that GERARD, he is actually the second cousin of Joe Rogan, which I didn't know about that until just recently. But I don't know, it's kind of an interesting little thing. But both those albums are ones that at least I'm interested in. One thing that I did notice when I first went through the RSD list was I didn't think there was a lot of picture discs on there. And then as I've kind of gone over the list, I've realized how many I know that there's a DEVOE picture disc on there. There's another picture disc from The Cure on there. And then this one, this is High and Dry, which I'm a big Def Leppard fan, especially their first several albums, at least through the end of the 80s. And High and Dry is a fantastic album. I think it's a really underrated Def Leppard album. So I was kind of interested in this until I saw it was a picture disc. But if you are a fan of it, it is an RSD first, so it probably will get reissued again. There's 6,000 copies of this that's going to be available. So pretty big run for a picture disc. But like I said, as soon as I saw High and Dry, I was like, oh, sweet. I'd love to grab a High and Dry Record Store Day issue if it's going to be like a colored vinyl or something like that. Because I've already got a couple. I got an OG copy and then a reissue that they did a couple years ago. But it's a picture disc, so I'm going to pass on that one. The next one, though, is one this is Jazz Sabbath Volume 2. I passed up on the Jazz Sabbath Record Store Day release from a year or 2 back now. And I ended up having to pick it up. I found it since then, but it's a really fantastic, just like jazz style covers of Black Sabbath tracks. And this is going to be the same thing. It's going to be an RSD exclusive. There's going to be about 4,000 copies available, so should be a pretty decent run. But it's got songs like Paranoid on there, Snowblind is on there, Sabracadabra. So some of my favorite Black Sabbath tracks are going to be on there. And you guys know me, I'm a big jazz fan, so it's definitely right up my alley. So that's what I'm going to definitely keep my eye on. So when Taylor Swift was announced as the Record Store Day ambassador this year, I actually thought it was a really good move. You take a really hugely popular artist who has released some really big vinyl releases lately, and an artist like that is really able to draw in more people into Record Store Day, which I think is always a great thing. I was really disappointed in the Taylor Swift release, though, for Record Store Day. It's a 7-inch. It is an RSD exclusive. There is going to be 10,000 copies of this available, so it's going to be really easy to grab, I would assume. And this is The Lakes, which is a track off of Folklore. And there's the album version on here, and then there's an original version. I guess the original version has never been available on vinyl before. So, it's one that I won't grab, even though I do like that song. It's on Folklore already, and I've already got, I don't know, probably 4 copies of Folklore. So I'll probably pass on that one. I really thought Taylor Swift had the ability to really do something cool for Record Store Day. And I think it was a pretty big swing and miss with just doing the Lakes as a 7-inch. But unfortunately, that's what we got. So I guess I can't complain about it too much. But the next one, this is kind of cool. This is the Cranberries Remembering Dolores. Of course, Dolores was their lead singer that died. Gosh, I don't remember when it was. Within the last couple of years, she died. But for around her, what would have been her 50th birthday last year, they released this compilation digitally as kind of a celebration of Dolores and what she did with the Cranberries. And so this is going to be a 2 LP release. This is going to be an RSD first, so it probably will be reissued at some point. There's only 5,000 copies of it available, which I shouldn't say only. That's a pretty decent run, is 5,000. So should be pretty easy to grab. If you are a Cranberries fan, this would be a cool one to grab, just because it looks like there's some like deeper cuts from the Cranberries on there. It's not going to be just their huge hits, which I don't think any of their big singles are even on this release. So that'd be a really cool one to check out. And the next one is one that I didn't know anything about this release. This is Judas Priest, Hero Hero. This was first released in 1981, and it's a compilation of some early recordings from, I think it was 74 to 77. So like really early Judas Priest era, which would be kind of cool to check out. It is a 2 LP release. It's an RSD first. There's 4,700 copies of it available. So should be pretty easy to grab a copy of it. And, I'm not the biggest Judas Priest fan, but it definitely will be a cool one to check out. This next one is one that, I will say that with a lot of these RSD releases, it really depends on pricing for me. So this next one is definitely falls into that category. I'm a big Alice in Chains fan, but they're releasing We Die Young, which is it's a 3-track Record Store Day 12-inch single. It's an RSD exclusive. We Die Young, there's 3 tracks on there, 2 of which ended up on Facelift, which was their debut album. There's going to be a lot of these available. There's a little over 14,000 copies of this going to be released. This is originally released in 1990. Like I said, it was a 3-track promo. So, but it's definitely kind of cool to hear that early Alice in Chains era. Like I said, 2 of the 3 ended up on Facelift. So for me, it really kind of depends on what the price is for this. Just because I already have a copy of Facelift, so I've already got 2 of the 3 tracks already. So, I think a lot of people will probably grab this just kind of as a completionist kind of a thing. The next one is an album that I talked about on my Thursday episode. This is Belle Biv DeVoe, Poison. I don't know why I'm stumbling over my words there, which has been kind of cool. Poison was a really big album for me. It was released in 1990, so I was like 11 or 12 years old. And it was in a musical transition period for me. And I played the crap out of that album when I first got it. There's only 2,000 copies of this going to be available. It's going to be on red vinyl. Like I said, it's an RSD first. So it probably will get reissued down the line. But, that's one that I'm pretty sure I'm going to grab that one. And then the next one is another one I talked about in the Thursday video. And I kind of changed my mind since then. And this is the Black Pumas, which I'm a big Black Pumas fan. I love their album that came out. I think it was 2019 or 2020 when their album came out. Huge fan of this album. This is gonna be a 7-inch album though, so it's gonna be 6 discs. It's an RSD exclusive. There's only gonna be 4,500 copies of it available. Sorry, according to my notes, it was released in 2020. So, and in the Thursday video, I talked about how I was pretty sure I was gonna pick this up, and then the more I thought about it, there's been so many different versions of this Black Pumas release have been released. I think I've already got 2 or 3 versions of it already. Unless it's like super cheap and reasonably priced, I'm probably going to pass on it, just because when it comes to 7-inch albums, even though I do have a couple of 7-inch albums, I just don't listen to them enough, just because I'm kind of lazy, I think, when it comes to listening to them. I don't like having to flip an album after every song, but like I said, I'm probably going to pass on that one, even though it does kind of look pretty cool. There are a bunch of great jazz releases that are going to be released for Record Store Day. I know there's 2 Bill Evans live albums coming out. There's a Charles Mingus album. There's a Chet Baker album. I think the one that's really most interesting to me is this Art Blakey In My Prime. It's going to be an RSD exclusive. Only going to be 1,500 copies of it available. This is the complete New York City sessions recorded in the CI recording studios. So it's recorded in December of 77. It's a 2 LP set. I'm actually really interested to check this out, just because Art Blakey is a jazz musician I really love, and I've only got, I think, 2 of his albums. So it's an artist I really need to dig in a little bit more. I've got a lot of Mingus. I've got a lot of Bill Evans and things like that. So definitely interested in the Art Blakey one. And then this next one is one I talked about in my Thursday video. It's Mariah Carey number ones. I'm pretty sure I'm going to grab this one just because I don't have any Mariah Carey in my collection. And this is her first 13 chart-topping singles. It is an RSD exclusive. There's going to be a little over 7,000 copies of it available. It was originally released in 98. And this is the interesting thing, because I read that it says it includes 4 bonus tracks. So it's 13 singles plus 4 bonus tracks. So there should be 17 tracks. There's not 17 tracks listed on this release. So I'm not sure what if there's something unlisted that they're not putting on there right now, or what the deal is with that. But it's definitely one I'm probably going to grab. Like I said, unless it's like super expensive, that'd be a good one for me, I think. All right, guys, so I was really kind of hoping to kind of cram everything into one episode, but I think it was going to be way too long, so I think I'm going to cut it off here. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about these RSD releases. Make sure you come back and check out part 2 of this video, because I'm going to cover a lot more. I got 3 more pages of records to kind of talk about, and the video is kind of running long as it is. So that's all I got. Make sure you guys give me the old thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. That's all I got. Until next time, keep on spinning. Peace.